Hey guys, this is John Carrick, author of Legacy of a Mad Scientist, Legend of Ashley Fox, here with the Alpha Channel update for you guys for Monday, November 25th, 2024. And today's conflicted card is the Jack of Hearts, the Six of Hearts. And I know that's really hard to read. What this says is a meteor has struck the planet and destroyed most of society. Everything's in chaos. World War III is broken out. But it specifically says a meteor. So it's not like specifically World War III or an EMP or anything like that. And someone has come along, a group of people have come along. They have food, they have water, they have shelter, they have everything you need. And they're offering to share that with everyone in your group, but they are communist, and you have to agree to be communist. And here's what this tells me about this card. One, either they think it will mess with their players' heads, the readers' heads. They're either doing audience expectation, or someone in the group, this meant something personally to the members of the group who wrote this card. Because they could have written religion, they could have written Islamist instead of communist, and that card may still be in the deck. It makes a lot more sense. Communists don't really demand allegiance oaths. I don't suppose that. How do you demand an oath of allegiance to an economic concept? It's kind of hard to be loyal to. So I suspect this is some internal strife on either the part of the encounter writing team, or it's aimed for you and I. What difference does it make, you know? Today we are doing Tarzan 21. We've only got a few of these left. And if the last few issues are any hint of the reason why, it's because this series has lost all direction once this Jew, David Kraft, took over plotting and scripting responsibilities. On this one, he's been demoted. Is it Bill or David Monk? Has been promoted above him. No, is it? Oh, Bill Mantlo. Bill Mantlo has been promoted above him. And he is now script, and David Kraft is plot. It's down there at the bottom. George Roussos is back on colors. Still Sal Buscema, and this issue is... So yeah, Sal Buscema and Rudy Nebres credited as artists on this issue, down there at the bottom. And look at the one-page splash page we get with Tarzan on the back of a Thripador, holding the reins in his teeth while his hands are tied behind his back. And they are in the night section of Plusadar, which is the Hollow Earth version for the Tarzan novels. They're flying towards this massive city, which is, in this issue, we finally get some semblance of a plot or some nearness, some inching toward a conclusion of the plot. The Mad Arab and his mercenaries are marching toward this city. The Mahers, which are the speaking lizards that Princess Aisha has encountered, they govern this city, and they are in charge of a sonic cannon on the moon of Plusadar, which very interestingly Princess Aisha is on the surface of. And I'm gonna take a moment to pull these out. 2 issues ago, in issue 19, Princess Aisha and her savage friend, whose name she does not know and whose language she does not speak, only appeared for 1 page in the book as they were on board this Thripadar, this flying pterodactyl, and they fell. He had been shot and was unconscious, and they fell to earth. The captions say they fell to earth. But in truth, they fell onto the moon. See, here we get Tarzan and El Cid. And this is where he's telling him that he's chasing the Mad Arab, and El Cid is upset that Tarzan saw his treasure, where he buried it, and demands that he come with him, but Tarzan leaves. He doesn't stay with him. In this issue, this is 20, Tarzan does, oh, here we get an awesome pinup of Tarzan fighting the Saber-tooths. I am looking for the Princess Aisha bit though, and here it is. This is where we get one caption that says the moon of Plusidar on the very first panel, and that's where Princess Aisha is, even though it looks like we're looking at the moon of Plusidar from the ground. She has fallen onto the moon. You wouldn't have known it from here because there's a jungle and a swamp, and this whole thing happens with the lizards, and there's this big underground sea. But they end it with her and the other savage kid, the guy who's not Tarzan. Lots of ads in this bit. She rescues him from the feeding pool where this lizard was going to eat them. And they go up into this temple after the lizard leaves and, eat somebody else? Oh, she stabs its eye out. And it sort of leaves them alone. Her savage boyfriend who doesn't speak her language has woken up after getting shot. And so now here we are cutting back to issue 21. The Mad Arab and his mercenaries are making their way toward the Night City. We still don't know what they're about, but they are about a sonic cannon. And this is the first thing we hear about it, the sound cannon. So Princess Aisha and her savage boyfriend are on the surface of the moon where one of these flying lizards is operating a control panel and communicating with other flying, talking lizards about the sound cannon that they have. It's going to stop an impending attack. We haven't heard anything about an attack, but supposedly there's about to be a huge attack, and these guys are going to disrupt it with this sound cannon. Okay. The Mad Arab and his mercenaries, he finally explains to the mercenaries what's going on and what he wants. He is interested in the sound cannon, that it is power beyond power. Tarzan snaps his bonds on the back of one of these flying birds. Oh, and this is funny. I have to back up for this because this whole first 2 pages, Tarzan is shouting back and forth while he has the reins in his mouth at these other guys who also happen to speak his language. So one thing I know is you can't do a lot of yelling if you're holding the reins for the horse that you're riding in your mouth. Tarzan can. Not only can he communicate with animals, he can talk with them. He can talk with a mouthful. Yes. Yeah, so Bill Matlow's taken over and he still can't save this. They do fire off the sound cannon and it causes this massive tidal wave which lifts up El Cid's boat. It's up there at the top of it, sort of like that Japanese wave painting, the famous wave painting. And here we get Princess Aisha and the other guy. We don't even know his name. They're watching the lizard and staying out of his way and trying to figure out how he works those controls. Tarzan is watching the effects of this cannon on everything. He's also fighting a bunch of these savages with El Cid, the pirate. They're fighting together. El Cid thinks Tarzan has stolen his treasure. And then a bunch of El Cid's pirates come out of the water and they help Tarzan. Tarzan is about to get beat. He and El Cid are about to get beat, but a bunch of the pirates show up and help them. And that is up here. 4 more pages of ads. So here's where the pirates show up and help them. And they're fighting these savages who are kind of everywhere. No more members of the savage who's helping Princess Aisha, no more white savages have been seen. Their tribe has not showed up once. Not one of them has shown up since he met her. We have all these other groups, but not their group. And here we get We get El Cid questioning Tarzan about the treasure, and Tarzan explains he doesn't know anything about it and suggests we get a hold of Frazier, who can't be found. Frazier is the guy who told El Cid that Tarzan stole it, and he's nowhere to be seen. Then we cut back to the Mad Arab. Again, we're getting cuts in the middle of pages. Cuts between scenes on a single page is, in my informed, prejudicial opinion, bad comic book form. Only cut scenes at the end of a page. Don't cut scenes between panels. It doesn't work. I can see if you have to do it. Oh, I'm thinking about checking this series out. I want to do Tomb of Dracula, 100 Bullets, and maybe Master of Kung Fu. I don't know which I'm going to buy next. Probably 100 Bullets because it's probably the most affordable. I'm guessing a complete run of Tomb of Dracula would be pretty pricey. So here we get the one of the mercenaries named Barrett questioning the Mad Arab, talking back to him, refusing to do what he's told. The Arab sicks his bird on him. Barrett is going to shoot the Mad Arab, and Santiago shoots Barrett in the back. Does that happen right here? But Barrett wants to kill the Mad Arab, and here we see the Mad Arab walking into the crystal tower. Princess Aisha is now at the controls, and she wants to shoot the Mad Arab with the sound cannon. Yeah, okay. So here, Barrett gets shot in the back by Santiago. After he pulls his gun on the Mad Arab, he's going to shoot him in the back, and Santiago shoots Barrett in the back. The Mad Arab then tells Santiago and this other guy that he doesn't need them anymore, and they mean nothing to him. And then Princess Aisha fires a sound cannon, and it destroys the Mad Arab's hawk. And it does something to him, but we don't know what, because that's the final panel. Now, somewhere in here, the Mad Arab sicked his bird on Barrett and left him cowering on the floor. Here it is. So here's a page where Barrett was talking back to the Mad Arab again, and again the Mad Arab humiliated him with his bird. So, again, this is the first time we actually know something worth... The Mad Arab thinks he's going to use the sound cannon to take over the surface world, and there's a whole bunch of stuff in here that doesn't make any sense. The Mad Arab also seems to know everyone in the Hollow Earth, but it's his first time getting there. This is an example of a really badly written comic. And what do you have to do a Tarzan story right? I mean, this is easy to get right. We saw the first few issues, they made it look simple. They made it look really easy. So, yeah, that's Tarzan 21, brought to you by The Legacy of a Mad Scientist, Legend of Ashley Fox, as well as Ashley Fox Ninja Babysitter number 6, comic book PDF here in the description for you guys. I am running a little late today, so I've got to cut this short. There was something I wanted to talk about, and that is the trade paperback. Zach was talking about this today. I only watched a few minutes of his video. But he had a good point, that the trade paperback really sort of poisoned the floppy market in that it gave the buyer the ability to hold out and not go to this comic book shop every week to pick up the new issues. They could just wait until the trade paperback came out, the collected version, and they didn't have to collect the individual issues. What this also did was it got rid of filler issues. It got rid of individual non-trade paperback arc issues. Now everything had to fit into the 5 or 6 issue arc. This happened around 2000, and it's been that way ever since. The trade paperback, the other day I think it was Perch was saying that this market hasn't been disrupted in 20 or 30 years. But the trade paperback was definitely a what's it called where you give something away, you know, not an admission, a concession to the consumer. The trade paperback was absolutely a concession to the consumer, and apparently a bunch of the artists gets gypped on royalties for trade paperbacks. They only get paid for the floppy. Royalties on trade paperbacks do not get figured into their revenue, their compensation, and it should. It absolutely should, because the audience is waiting on them. The audience is counting on them. There's probably regular purchasers of trade paperbacks. They just don't have a place on the speculator market. And actually they kind of do, because I'm thinking about doing this with trade paperbacks for 100 bullets, because it's really hard to get a complete run of that series. And we've only got 7 issues of this left. They only go to 28. So there's only 6 issues left. 28 or 29. Not many. Not many. Maybe 7. Today was number 21, so 7 left. Just a week. So yeah, that's it for me. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hope you're having a good one. Check out the links for Michael Sarion and a bunch of other stuff. Cliff High. I don't even remember what's in there. Revelations of a Mother Goddess is a really good one. All right, see you guys tomorrow.